Let's get some light. We're going to get some white light therapy in while we talk about this. Now, and I've been getting this as a download on and off for like the past week. And then I got it again today. I got it again today. And then um, I decided to really just meditate on it. And then I got confirmation. And then it came as a synchronicity. So be careful who y'all trust this year. Don't be quick to trust people this year. From here on out, y'all. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. Um, Although some people are going to be blindsided. So today I decided to put tea tree on my face first for some of y'all who like to watch my skincare routine. I'm going to get in the video topic and give y'all the rest of these little downloads I've been getting today. But I decided to work with tea tree since I'm sensing toxic energy. All right. One thing I found out about moisturizing, when you moisturize and you put like something like tea tree on your face first, it protects you from spell work. Okay? And some people are working with their spiritual tools this week. So set up protection. Okay, tea tree is a wonderful way of protecting your energy. Tea tree. So we're gonna get into the video topic in a minute, but I decided to start making sure I get a little bit of self care in, even as I'm doing these videos. So I always work on my face first. You know, I always do some extra work on my face at the very beginning of my day. So next I'm using this here. We're gonna wait till we get more people in here, and then we're gonna get started. But I got be careful who you trust. Like I got like really don't be quick to trust anybody. Okay? I got that some people are being friendly because they know they doing something behind your back. They're trying to throw you off the scent. There's emotional manipulation going on right now. So some of y'all may have people who have been doing you wrong in secret. And the only reason why they got friendly is they're trying to make sure you don't sense what they did. So for some of y'all, it could be somebody who um, travel a lot, somebody that like to shop. So it could be somebody in your life that like to shop. Maybe it's the person that grabs the groceries in your house. Maybe it's somebody that's materialistic, or somebody that like to do dirty gambling. Okay, meaning they like to place their bets and trick people with their energy. So just be careful who you trust, y'all. All right. Okay. Um, I really was getting. Now I'm going to say I'm going to talk for about 10 minutes at the most, and if I don't get at least 10 people in this video, I'm going to stop the video and just get back on later. One thing I found out about doing work is, if people don't come through, you don't come through. Okay. The thing is, you can only give but so much. So I got that also as a download. Don't do too much. If people aren't going to be committed and supportive of you right now, then you're better off doing very little. Okay? Start waiting for people to come through a little bit more before you do extra. So I got no extra today. You may feel like you want to, but for some of y'all, it could be a generational curse. Like, I don't know if some of y'all know this, but a curse on your family could actually make you be quick to be a slave. Maybe your family is paying off some karmic debt, so you're doing all the work they're supposed to be doing. Some of y'all got family members not helping you pay off your family karmic debt. your spiritual family karmic debt, maybe from another life, and they're not helping you pay it off. So that's why all the burden is on you. But look, it's not all your responsibility, okay? It's not, y'all. Yeah, y'all. I also snapped, but I caught myself, y'all. I was about 2 minutes into snapping, and I was like, if you snapped out on people playing with your energy, and you snapped today or yesterday, you lasted longer than I did. I snapped a couple days ago. My patience is limited now. I ran out of patience. I ran out of patience. Excuse me, a couple days ago. Snapped. Um, I didn't already snapped. Today it was like, oh, you still trying to play with my energy? I said, you still trying to play with my energy? I said, don't y'all know I know the illusion, y'all? And then I'm seeing everybody. You should see how many YouTubers putting up videos now, like calling people out. Like, why is everybody being fake right now? Like, I'm not the only one putting videos up like this. I noticed that other divine ones are putting videos up like, some of y'all fake. Why y'all being fake to me now? Why y'all treating me like this? Y'all, I'm telling you, people, people shape shifting right before our eyes, right in the middle of conversation right now. You spitting the truth, you telling the facts, and they changing right up. I had to. Let me tell y'all what I did. I had to come like grandma on somebody. I had to come like grandma. I was like, and don't you dare lie. I had to stop them. I said, don't you dare try to change the story. Don't you dare try to say that this is not happening. Time told a story on you. And then when they realized that I was cutting them off with all they shape-shifting narcissistic tricks, Jedi mind tricks, I was cutting them off before they got it out. Then they gonna say, they try to use this trick, y'all. They was like, um, I'm doing my best. I don't see what I'm doing or whatever. I said, don't you dare. I said it again. I said, don't you dare sit there and say, well, I'm trying. I said, nope, 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 nope. I said, nope, nope, nope. Mm-mm. I said, your emotions is not matching actions. Emotions not matching actions mean you're dealing with a narcissist. Okay? And that includes when you got people in your fan club. That includes people who are just your friends. That includes when you talking to people on these streets. When they saying, oh, they feel sorry for you, blah, 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 yet they keep hearing your problems and they don't never say, if you need some help, let me know. They don't ever say, you know what, how can I help? Nope, no. They're trying to get your energy with just emotions. No. The creator wants us to use all the elements. That also means air and earth and fire taking action. Can you imagine if Simba didn't take action? Mufasa would be like, "You ain't you ain't worthy of the crown." People are not taking action. We're sitting up there like, "Yeah, I'm there for you," and yeah, I'm here, but it's like, I need evidence, y'all. Today is a day of evidence matching emotions. Okay, if it doesn't give you emotional fulfillment, then you're working with the wrong evidence. Y'all, this is true. If you say I'm not getting emotional fulfillment out of this relationship, or I'm not even getting intimate, because I understand that all three parts are supposed to be there: mind, body, and flesh. Now, if the flesh ain't there and the emotion of the mind ain't there, Y'all. No, no. All the evidence ain't there. How can you complete the case? How can you know what case you in? Like that would be like a detective saying, yeah, I know this case, but yet they got like a little bit of circumstantial evidence. E- Emotional talking. Someone just having a little bit of the emotion, a little bit of fake feeling on the surface. But when you go deep diving, there's no evidence. Okay, then what you're feeling is circumstantial emotional evidence without the physical evidence. But let's say you don't even know that you got circumstantial emotional evidence and you go deep diving and researching into your relationship with this person. If there's no physical evidence, then you still got a case that you can't even, the creator don't even want that in his courtroom. The case is going to be like, why am I even looking at this? I don't have enough evidence. You have come unprepared. Look, start being the attorney of your life. Like, this is real talk, y'all. Hi, everybody. Start being the attorney of your life. You can't just go on like, yeah, how they feeling? Okay, but how are you feeling? You say what they say, they see what you see. For real. How many times did you go over the case? How many times can you go over a case with somebody? If the evidence ain't there, the evidence ain't there. See, this is how enemies keep you trapped. They keep you relooking over the same thing, and you're like, no, I see the truth. I'm not gonna keep looking at this. But some of y'all got people smiling in your face right now, like this is real. Excuse me. And they're trying to match your energy to make you think that they got a connection with you, but they do not. They do not. I'm telling y'all, if you got people in your life right now trying to act civil and act cool, when you know that's not their nature normally, and you know it ain't matching the way they treat you, they manipulating your energy. They are manipulating your energy. If you got somebody only coming to you for the same thing all the time, they're probably one of the people I'm talking about. Seriously. People should be reaching out to you just to reach out to you. People should be like, how you doing? How's everything going? When people just email you and be like, hey, I was wondering if you can help me and help me and help me and help me. But they're trying to make you think they're divine and they're not, they're not using you. They're using you. They are using you. Look, your emotional well-being matters as well. Stop letting people make you think that something's wrong with you because you need emotional care too. You need a blessing too. You need a blessing too. Like you need a blessing right now, don't you? Yeah, yes you do, because I do too. So you need a blessing. And be like, you know what? Where's my blessing? I didn't told you who I am, so you know how to bless me. If you didn't taught people who you are, they know how to bless you. And if they just absorbing emotional care from you all the time and not blessing, be like, I'm good. First of all, people should be blessing you without you always having to give to them. And that includes your subs. Yeah, I said it. I said what I said. That includes your subs on your channel. That includes people who are commenting on your channel. They should not have to say, I got something from you just now, Miss V, on this channel to send you a blessing. And if anybody say you're dry begging right now, they sent by the devil. Okay? I call it what it is. This is the time to get blessing. Blessings is supposed to be coming through right now. Right now. So if people say you begging, no, I'm calling people out. Okay? Easter wasn't just about Christ for some people. It was about getting blessed. Like I'm keeping it real. So my thing is this: if people gonna be stingy and be like Scrooge right now, stingy with their energy and crummy with the attention. If somebody don't want to date you right now and they saying they your man, get rid of them. Ladies, if you got a man stashed away somewhere and all he want to do is keep you in the house, don't be done. This is the time for expansion, going places, taking off, skyrocketing, breakthroughs. If ain't nobody about that with you, be like, wow, you was probably an enemy the whole time. Wow. Hi, everybody. Okay. All right. As I said, I'm not entertaining no battles today, baby. Blessings is coming. People have been trying to trick me to get my videos blocked and stopped. I just want to let people know I didn't informed YouTube of the fake accounts on this channel. I was on the phone yesterday with tech support. So whoever you are that's setting up multiple accounts and acting like YouTube and trying to scare me off my live videos, know that I had YouTube come look at my videos yesterday and they know what you're doing. See? Learn how to attack back, y'all, in secret. I can attack back in secret. I might sit here quiet in these videos, but y'all, some of y'all evil people in here, y'all don't know what I'm doing when I get off these videos. My North Node will say, I'll get you back. A part of my destiny is avenging. Avenge. I'm an avenger. And I say avenger because the creator gave me permission to revenge. So I'm an avenger. And I'll sit quiet, but I'll get you back. I'll give you your karma. Okay? Because when I get somebody back, it's not because they hurt me. It's because they hurt my mission. See? They try to hurt my mission. And when they try to hurt my mission, they try to hurt the people that I'm trying to help. So it's like, oh, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back for that. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank you very much, Maxwell Decker. Maxwell, email me and I'm going to bless you, okay? Maxwell, I'm going to give you my whole book. My book on finding your destiny and life purpose. Okay? It has some non-traditional ways in there you can find your destiny and life purpose. I'm going to bless you back, Maxwell. Okay? Email me. My email should be in the community news. If not, I'm going to go check when this video in and I'm going to post my email. You grab that, Maxwell, and I'm going to send you some blessings. Okay? I don't know if you like literature or you like writing. I'm going to send you something related to that too. Matter of fact, I'm going to send you also a couple videos from this channel. See, this is why you got to just give and have faith in the creator. Because I have some videos on this channel that I don't show nobody. They're hidden. Only people that get to see them is people on my mailing list. But Maxwell, I'm going to go ahead and send you some of the links to these videos. And I'm going to also give you my book for free. Okay? And my poetry book, I'm going to let you get that at a discount when I release that too. But email me and get on my mailing list. You just got on my mailing list so you can get stuff that I don't share with nobody else. See? This is why you got to have faith in the creator. Faith in the world. And not be like, I'm probably not going to get nothing back. You can't live like that in your mind, okay? All right. I'm sorry to hear that, Maxwell. I'm sorry to hear that. Prayers to you. You know what? Guess what? No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Don't claim that. Don't. Let me tell you, the mind is powerful, Maxwell. When I tell you how powerful the mind and emotions is, they are strong. My dad, I'm going to tell you a story, Maxwell. My dad was told that he was not going to live long when he found out he had cancer. He was told he only had a couple months. He lived longer than that. So, don't be so quick to listen to that. I was told I would never have babies. I kept losing baby after baby, and the doctors told me I would never have a baby. I would never carry a baby to term. I was all ready to have a surrogate. My sisters were all like, which one of us you want to be the surrogate of your baby? We were all talking about this. And then what happened? I found out I was pregnant. And guess what? I got a baby. My daughter is here. She's healthy. She's grown now. She's very smart and she's very independent. It was the only baby I was able to have. Did I lose another baby possibly during that pregnancy? Yes. Did I lose another baby afterwards in like at 2 months? Yes. But I got my baby. Okay. And this is not miracles. This is when you say, I refuse to believe what just some human being is telling me. I'm not, and I can't stand it when people say, you're living in denial. No, only God can decide when it's my time. Okay? Just because you think you know my time don't mean it's my time. For example, there's somebody in my life right now who I sensed it could have high risk. They had a high risk of passing, and I sensed it. Very high risk. They had only a small percentage of survival. The odds of them surviving was like, what I sensed energetically, it was a no. But I said, no, I can't say that. I'm not going to say nothing. And then they did end up having their heart attack, and that little small percentage, they survived it, but it wasn't enough. And then 24 hours later in the ICU, they almost died again. They had to be saved. Then when they were taken to their main room in the hospital, they almost died again. This is like 3 times this person almost died, okay? Meaning right when they were dying, the doctors and the nurses rushed in to save them, to give them something to save them. Now this person is alive right now. They're alive right now. They're walking around. Now they're living in fear because they fought death 3 times in the hospital. So they're living in fear. I told them, if you live in fear, it's going to get you. I said, you can't sit up here and not live your life and be stuck in the house and not go nowhere and all of that because you're scared that you're going to collapse again or something. I said, you living in fear is actually working against you. Yesterday, they were like, oh, I'm not having a piece of chocolate because I can't. I was like, you living in fear, brah. I said, have a little piece of chocolate, a little piece. Don't have the whole Easter egg, but you living in fear like that. I got away for them. I said, let me get away. I went like this. I moved away for them. They was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I don't want that energy on me. Fear is contagious, y'all. I mean, have y'all not watched the movie Apocalypto? Fear. Fear is not to be played with. That's an elite demon. Like, somebody acts scared, be like, ooh, get away from me. Get away from me. Like, run away from them. Oh, you got 9 kids. That's wonderful. You know what? Who says you got to stop drinking, Maxwell? Who says? Take a sip. Don't overdo it. We're not here to be perfect. We're not here to not do nothing at all that somebody say we can't do. Just spread it out. Sip. Get you a sippy cup. My grandmother lived a long life and she drank whiskey every day, but she had a sippy cup. we, we used to say that's a sippy cup without being a sippy cup. My grandma had a cup of whiskey, a little bit smaller than this. It was about that small, okay? And she would have this little cup sitting on her table, and she would pour it every morning, and she would sip this whiskey cup all the way to like 3 o'clock or something, and then she would fill it back up and sip it the rest of the day. Okay. Guess what? She never when she passed, it had nothing to do with drinking. So it's all about in moderation. And that's another download I wanted to give today. Do things in moderation. Let let thirsty people do too much. Don't do too much today, y'all. I know you might be like, it's Monday, I need to go hard. See, that's what the Matrix taught us. See, the agents have programmed us Monday go harder because it's a new work day. Monday is one of the hardest days to keep yourself from being a work slave. But just think about it. If everybody's being a work slave on Monday, you shouldn't be a work slave. Hi, everybody. Okay. See, what I found out about some taboo pleasures, is that often when you're doing them, it's not just about how they made you feel, it's the whole act of doing them. So all you got to do is ration it. Ration the act of doing it and ration how much of it you do. So I love to smoke my CBD. Y'all know I'm the CBD queen. I smoke so much CBD. I mean, I don't smoke so much, but at one time I was smoking CBD like it was going out of style. And I actually had a couple CBD companies use my video to promote their CBD without my permission. But if I could smoke CBD all day, I would. But I know that even though it's healthy, it's going to become unhealthy at that point. You know, wine, it does have a good health purpose, but at some point it's going, you got to be mindful. Just be mindful. That's all. You know, you could have your little taboo pleasures. Mindful. This is a day where you may be tempted to go out here and go buck wild and get somebody to sleep with on the side and all type of stuff. Be mindful of that energy. Okay, y'all got lovers and people attracted to y'all, especially if you didn't feed the lust spirit. Okay, some of y'all had a lust spirit stalking you, walking you around, following you around over the past week. And let me tell y'all something about some of y'all hidden enemies. Some of them withhold from you what they know they need. Do y'all know that narcissists do that? Soon as they know they need it, they think you probably need it too. So they give it to themselves and then withhold it from you. But if you're divine, you will sense that they're doing that. And then you will be like, well, I'm going to go get it elsewhere. But here's the problem. You can't get messy with that. See? You need to tell tell the narcissist to their face and record it and document it. I'm going to go head over here and get it elsewhere. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. They never think you're going to do that. And I'm talking about this because people will play with your emotions right now so you don't go nowhere else to get it. So that you'll just stay stuck and sad and wait on them, hoping one day they'll come through and give it to you too and everybody be happy. But look, people who value their time don't wait for happiness to strike like lightning. They go get their happiness. They run towards it. And they say, is there going to be any happiness? I'm not waiting on it right now. Nope, okay, I'm out. They go and run and get it. But in this world, people love to call somebody a cheater, a liar, or whatever. Say, I know how to get rid of all that. I'm going to tell you to your face, I'm going to go get it. You don't want to drink with me? I'll drink with somebody else. Don't put your needs on hold for nobody. Y'all, I mean, it's like this is real. You will pay the heaviest price. You think you're not paying a price, and then 20 years later, you're like, I'm suffering. Why did I put this on hold so many times? Do y'all know how many times I would say, yeah, I'm going to brush my teeth, but I'll brush my teeth later because I'm in the middle of this argument with family? Now I said, okay, I brushed my teeth later, I'm still good. Nah, y'all. What was happening was I was missing the second window of brushing my teeth. By the time I brushed my teeth, I was just too tired and drained from the narcissist, so I went and brushed my teeth a second time. And then what happened was I was thinking I was taking care of my teeth, but I was only giving 20% or 40% care. Now, it might have took 20 years for me to pay the price, but eventually I did. See what I'm saying? Eventually I did. No argument, no partner, no man, no business is worth more than you. None. No woman is worth more than you. Yeah, I said no woman is worth more than you. Cause you go, she gonna get another man. Start thinking about that. Most people are going to go towards their happiness when you don't come through. So you need to go towards yours. Even if they don't cheat with somebody, even if they don't cheat with somebody, if they play with themselves and don't play with you, they went towards happiness. So go towards yours. Hi everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you are in that position where um you're like the doctors and told you, you know, you're not going to make it or all this other stuff, at some point after that, be like, I'm just living my life. You know, wipe it out your brain and say, I'm living my life and I'm going to let God deal with this. I'm going to let me tell y'all what happened to me. Maxwell, I'm going to tell you a story that happened to me. Now, I knew that one of my ways I could really die, like definitely die, I've always known this, that it would have, that one of the main ways I would die would be my throat and something to do with my face and my brain. Like I knew this. I knew this for years in my life. Okay. So I used to be like, oh, I don't know if I want a dentist all up in my mouth like that. Like, I don't know about that. I used to get visions of me having problems speaking or something wrong or whatever, and bad dreams of like in a past life I was tortured up here somewhere, so it's a health risk in this life. Well, let me tell you what happened, Maxwell. I went to the dentist. I said I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna go ahead and get this work done or whatever. And sure enough, okay, within like 10 minutes after, I felt very, very sick. I was just like, I don't know, why do I feel sick? Like I've been poisoned. So then next you know, all this swelled up, all this swelled up. It was swelling up super fast. And the next thing I know, I was like, oh my goodness, it was swelled up right here. So then I called the dentist and I had this feeling of doom, like I was going to die. I called the dentist and dentist said, come through right now. I came through right now. And he immediately gave me antibiotics, injected me everything and took care of that. Look what he said to me. He said, if you wouldn't have came when you came in, he shook his head. He was like, you was on the cusp. He was like, you came in the nick of time. He was like, that something in the air literally got in and caused immediate infection and poison within 10 minutes. And it went, and he said it was almost down to my lungs. He said it was down in my chest. When he checked me, he said it was almost to my brain, y'all. It was literally almost in my brain. He said you were on the cusp. He said he like you if you would have just stayed home, he's told me I would have been done for. But see what I'm saying, y'all? The point is you got to put yourself first. Now I was all ready to stay and just take some Tylenol and look after my family. I literally told my family members, I'll go in the morning. I'll go in the morning. And then like 15 minutes later, I was like, all of this felt like somebody punched me in it. It was like out like this, y'all. And I said, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So with every little strength in my body that was left, y'all, I was weak. I was literally driving my car to the dentist like this. When I got in the dentist, I couldn't even talk. They just took one look at me. He took one look at me and was like, antibiotics. And I was like, yo, 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 this is how I was talking. Oh, yo, yo. So when I say start putting yourself first and don't let fear keep you stuck, okay? Fear, yes, fear sometimes could be the truth. Mean like, yeah, something's coming for you. But that don't mean you run. You know, that don't mean you run. You gotta get some strength and stand up for yourself. Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, I don't care if you run to the doctor 15 times. It might be that one time you don't go, and that's it. That's it. Y'all know how many times? You know, y'all know how many times that I've been near death. I've had multiple near death experiences, multiple, and it all because I trusted my instincts. See, when you work through fear, the truth comes. The truth of the situation comes through. When I worked through the fear, I was, first of all, let me tell you about this other time. I was going to this job interview and I felt some weird fear. And I'm not normally afraid to go to a job interview. And next thing you know, started feeling real tired. I was like, I can't walk. I don't know why I can't really walk into the building. So by the time I got to the building, I could barely walk anymore. I was like, no, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I just turned around and went into my car and went into the ER. Now, you know, most people, when they go to the ER, they're able to tell the ER people, yeah, my head hurt, my leg hurt. I couldn't even tell the ER lady. I was like, I don't feel right. I was like, I don't got no energy. I was like, I could barely walk. That's all. I said, I just feel very tired. And so she said, go over there and sit down, and we'll be with you in a minute. But something told me, don't get in this woman's face. So I turned around and I said, no, ma'am, I feel like I'm going to die. I feel doom. When I said I feel doom, I guess that scared her. She was like, got on the phone. Don't you know? People came out and was like, come on back. Come on, come on. And they said, don't walk. And they got a wheelchair. And she stopped me from walking. And they whirled me back. As soon as I got in the dorm room, I fainted. Totally unconscious. I made it just in the nick of time. As soon as I sat on the bed, I was like, it's out. Next thing you know, I felt my head was up and my mouth was open. They was giving me nitroglycerin, for heart attacks. So they had sprayed my mouth. What happened was I was headed towards a heart attack where my heart was shutting down, just shutting down. And what happened was I didn't know at the time that my white blood cells, what I had was a viral infection. I didn't know. I had no symptoms, y'all. I had no coughing, nothing. So what happened was I was running around with this viral infection and it was just beating my butt. It was winning. So my white blood cells were critically low. So once they got real low, my heart just started to shut down. Okay. All my organs and my heart was just shutting down. So when they brought my heart rate up as it was like under 40, heart attack, heart failure, I came to and I was like, what's going on? Y'all, I knew that I was dying though. The wild thing about it, I was in the in between. I literally can remember being in the in between. All I know there was a dark passageway. Okay. And I couldn't feel my body, but I knew I was there. Like I knew I was there. And right when I went beyond the dark passageway, where there was some sort of like deep internal peace, it was a peace where I was gone, but I was still, I was still present. if I can explain it. So next thing you know, when they brought me back with the heart medicine, um, I saw the dark tunnel. I guess what babies see, and I saw the tunnel, and then it was like a flash of dark, and then I was back. So and then I was conscious for a minute, and then out again. So at that point, I was in a coma, and when I came to in my room, I was in a coma almost like all morning long. All morning long, I was in a coma, and so they were working on me while I was like in this mini coma. And when I came to, there was a doctor in the room, and he was sitting there, and I guess the doctor was just visiting me while I was in my coma, checking my levels and everything or whatever. And so I said, yeah, who are you or whatever? And he said, I'm the blood doctor, hemoglobin and all that. He was saying, he was like, you have been very ill and didn't know. He said, your white blood cells were almost depleted. He said, so you didn't have no warrior cell, hardly any warrior cells, he called them. He said, so you were trying to push through, but there was nothing to fight for you. He said, so your heart was just giving up. So he said, we're going to run you on some medicine and everything that will help to keep your heart rate up. And when we feel like your heart rate can be up without the medicine, then we'll release you or whatever. But see what I'm saying? You have to really you have to pay attention to how you're feeling. You can't just be like, yeah, I gotta work, I gotta make money and pay bills. I was in that energy. But in that split moment as I was about to go into that interview, something told me something wasn't right with me. And I never apologized for not going to the interview because I didn't need to. The creator, I'm sure, was not going to hold me in judgment for standing up to interviewer. And I'm sure she got a download. It was like something must have happened to this woman. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. That's all right. Thank you, Maxwell. Yeah. So they basically was like raising my heart rate up over days, getting it up, getting it up. So I can remember. This is the weirdest thing. On like the third day, somebody I hadn't seen since elementary school showed up. And the funny thing about that moment was that person was always someone that took risks, that just enjoyed life, had fun. They wasn't a workaholic. I think that the creator was sending that person to my room to remind me to not sacrifice myself anymore. And that was the beginning of when I said, I think I'm going to work some temp jobs for a while, maybe save up my money and do me. I started going to the gym. I started going out and having fun. I started writing poetry again. But you see how that happened? Like the creator was like, if I'm going to save you, I'm going to let you know why I'm going to save you. And send you this person that will remind you of a time when you just enjoyed your life and you wasn't trying to be a workhorse. Funny thing is, I never saw that person again. I don't even know how they found out I was in the hospital. But the weird thing about it is, um, I was, it felt like they was there to heal me, and they never showed up again. But today is a day where you may be feeling some anxiety, you may be feeling a little bit of fear, and you may be like, I need to get some help. That's okay. But get help. If you don't get no help at all, then you're letting fear win. Okay? If you are afraid of being broke, you're allowed to be afraid of not having any money. Some people are not afraid of that. because they always have people just coming through. That's why they're not afraid of being without money. But if you're afraid of being around without money, that's okay. The point is you got to do something. Do something to lighten the fear. The fear is never going to stay away for good. Okay? The demonic world has learned what fear to send to you. It's always going to send it again. So your job is to find a little bit of something to do that would weaken the fear. And what can you do? You can go on an adventure. Do you know that taking a break from chasing money can actually make you not be afraid of being broke? And I know that's crazy. Because people say, but I'm not getting no money. You know, whatever you did, you should document, because whatever you did can get you money at a later time. So, yeah, your journals is your money. Journaling is your money. Okay? Journaling helps you to identify who you are in moments that where you're at your best and at your worst, and how to use those. What you did to get money. Even though you may not have did it to get money, at least you know what you did so you can possibly get money. Okay? Yes. Maxwell, you said yes. Yes. I'm no longer on high blood pressure medicine and any medicine, because as far as the high blood pressure medicine, I decided to count on myself. I said I'm gonna be mindful. You know, I'm gonna be mindful. Um, I'll take medicine that I have to take, like antibiotics, pain medicine from surgeries, or terminal illnesses or something like that. But if I don't have to take it, I don't take it. Yeah. If you want to get your blood pressure, this is what I did. This is what I did to heal my high blood pressure. I walk. I walk, y'all. I walk. But guess what? Walking to lower your high blood pressure, you'll get tired of that, because you're like, oh, I'm only doing it for that. So try to walk because you know you have an adventure. Have somewhere to go every day. Don't just make it a walk. Okay, you're getting the benefits of lower blood pressure, going somewhere, getting fresh air, breaking the routine, feeling free, chance to meet people that you don't normally see online, you know. So try that. Go out, go on an adventure. Sometimes you teach people how to treat you by just getting away. I know there's this trend, walk away, but what about getting away to go somewhere that you want to go? Walk away to something better, something more peaceful. Walk away to something that makes you feel good. Walk towards what makes you feel good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay. Let me tell you, desperate times make people do things, you know. Um, Even divine ones can screw people over by accident, thinking, putting so much on their shoulders. You put it all on your shoulders, Maxwell, and it wasn't supposed to be all on your shoulders. That wouldn't have happened if everybody else was trying to, pull their weight. See the problem, y'all? I collapsed, burnt out. I got permanent burnout from taking care of people. This burnout is never going to go away. I tried. I tried to get rid of it. I'm burnt out from taking care of people because I had nobody taking care of me. So I was constantly just taking care of elderly people, sick people, dying people, and not really getting much money. I was trying to be compassionate and sympathetic. I was only seeing $50 on my paycheck because I was giving all the money away. Um, and I did not even know that I was actually supposed to get everybody working. People were supposed to be working for me too. That's a part of my destiny. I got permanent burnout. I'm not optimistic anymore about running in and being a caregiver. It used to be my life. I used to love it. Now it's like, even though I enjoyed it, I fear for my life doing it now. I'm totally nothing left. I did 30 years of caregiver work in 15 years. My cup is completely empty for it. So you're allowed to be empty for a part of your destiny. You just switch to a different part. So I don't have no more to give with caregiving. I don't have no more. So what I'm switching to is something to deal with, like cooking or serving food, something of that nature. Um, if I can get me a baking job, bake some cookies, bake. I don't mind baking all day. I just can't. I just can't be a emotional uh, caregiver anymore. I was emotional dumpster, y'all, for many years. It was like, wow, y'all. I had family members coming over, emotionally dumping on me. I had elderly people emotionally dumping on me. I had my boss emotionally dumping. My daughter and her friends were emotionally dumping. My husband and his at that time was dramatized and chaos all around me, emotionally dumping. I'm burnt out, y'all. I'm burnt out. Permanent. Sometimes you got that chakra that's like this. I can't never do it again. No, it's not driving. Thank you. It ain't gonna dry my skin out. I got tea tree on. Tea tree. And I put rosemary. Nope. 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 I seal. I seal in moisture. I always put it on with my face wet. So my face will be damp, and then I'll put tea tree or rosemary on, and then I'll put the moisturizer on. Okay? Then I will. All right. Shea butter. Yeah. Hydration. It's what I'm using right now, and it says hydration. I don't need a lesson in skincare. You see, I don't. I don't need a lesson in it. I'm the skincare queen up in here. Skincare queen up in here. I don't put more. I don't put lotion on my face by itself. I don't. It's not busting through. You need water and oil like you would do your hair. LOC, 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 LOC. That's the secret. Mm-mm. Hi, everybody. Somebody said they looking out during they looking out here. I'm good. I check my skin every morning to see if I'm having it if it got better. See, if I don't see if I don't see improvement, then I don't keep using it. But as I was saying, y'all, fear. Okay, fear loses when you fight it with fun. Fight fear with fun. You ain't always got to be bold. When I get afraid, when I feel fear, I say, "Oh, time to make it fun. Time to make it fun." The narcissistic people and toxic people, they want to keep you. They want to keep you afraid. That's their goal. They want you to be running on fear all day. They don't want you to have no fun, because fun is how you can get over an ex. Fun makes you get over abuse, trauma, and abandonment. See, when the narcissists and when these wicked people come back to attack you, it's because they've been watching and seeing that you're having fun. They don't see the point in attacking you when you're miserable. when you kick down dirt all the way on the ground, they don't get enough fuel from that attacking you at that time. That's not really abundant fuel for them. But as soon as you have fun and you feeling good, okay, they either say, give me all your energy, give me all the emotional love now, or I will attack you. And you be like, no. Okay, first of all, let me tell y'all something. Your self-care time, it is not to go please other people. Your self-care is not so that you can get on good terms with this person and that person will like you and they'll want to date you. Your self-care is because you're trying to have self-respect. That's it. Okay? If you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do some beauty self-care today, because this is a good day to do beauty self-care, especially go get your hair done. Okay? Let somebody go get your crown done. Perfect day. But you're not getting it done so you can fit in. Because as soon as you don't fit in, you're going to say, I'm not getting it done this way no more. See? You're getting it done because it's how you see yourself. Beauty is about how you see yourself inside of you. Beauty and self-care and self-love is about who you know you are spiritually. Who you know you are. Okay? All right. I know that I am royalty. I know it in my destiny. It's in my natal chart. So I'm not going to let my hair go all the time. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to let my skin look like crap all the time. I'm not going to keep wearing cheap old clothes all the time. That's not who I am inside. Now, that's who some people are. Some people are that caveman stoic energy. That's who they are. But whatever character and you are becoming, it needs to be because you know that's who you are. You know, like in the Matrix, he said your residual self, that's how you see yourself. That is how you see yourself. Okay? I don't see myself with raggedy, uneven hair. I don't see myself walking around with that hair out. I don't see the point. It doesn't look good. But some people, they're fine with that. I've seen some people look good, fit, skinny, in shape, and their hair is like, you know, like the one lady said, who done it and why? How many cats was in your hair? How many cats was fighting in your hair? But those people, they still get attention. But that's not how I see myself. And you have to keep it real. You don't see yourself with bad skin, fine. It's not you trying to keep up or hide your flaws. It's about how you see yourself. Okay? You don't see yourself with a big belly. Wear a spank until the belly go flat. You don't have to wait. Look, you can have the substitute manifestation. Copyright. Okay? Quote me on that. The substitute manifestation. Flat belly with a spank until the belly get flat. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. So that you can still do minimum work. What I find that when you see all the damage in front of you, you say, I got to go harder, smarter, longer, harder, smarter. See, that's the problem. If it was out of your mind and out of your sight, you would not be going smarter and harder and longer. You would not be going longer. So if you cannot do what's necessary, only what's required, get the mess out of your face. Get it out of your eyes. Don't look at it. If you If you don't want to get burnout and go longer and smarter and harder all the time due to your living situation, stay away from your living situation. Go there to sleep. Go, matter of fact, go in there when it's dark. Just go in there only to sleep. Only to sleep. Keep the lights low so you don't see it. We need to practice more out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. You can't deal with the narcissist. Get them out of your sight. Out of your sight more often. Don't look at them. Keep your head turned away. I can't do YouTube because my teeth is in bad shape. Put some other teeth in your mouth. Get some veneers. Get it out your mind so you can get them fixed. Get it out your mind so you can get them fixed. You don't want people to see all your scars on your face? Cover your face up with foundation until the scars go away. Strategizing, reevaluating, planning so that you can get something done and over with. If it's internal, if it's something that is affecting who you are inside, your mental health, you really should get it out your eyes, away from you. You say you're sick and tired of feeling like you're getting nowhere with your YouTube channel, turn off the views. Turn off the sub button. Turn it off. Check it only once a month, at the end of the month. Don't check it every week. Check no views, check no subs, check no likes, nothing. Just get up and do the work. Get up and do your work. And let come what come. And maybe in 3 months, if you feel like the money ain't coming through like it's supposed to do, then do something else to get some more money. Keep the growth of the progress out of your mind. Only thing that needs to be in your mind is what you're going to fix right now. Right now and at this moment. See, I tell student writers, they say they want to be a great writer like me. I don't think about what I'm not working on. I only think about the story that I'm working on right now, that little part. I'm like laser focused on that one part. Because I know if I start thinking about the whole thing, then I'm going to go in too hard. I'm going to work too hard for nothing when it wasn't even necessary. I break my self-care down now to stages. Face, hair, shower. I'm not thinking about all that in 1 hour. I don't got time for that. That's cracking the whip on me. I'm human. I deserve at least 2 hours of self-care. I mean, there's people spending 2 hours out there on their car. Just working on their house for 2 hours. How you going to work on your house for 2 hours but not on yourself for 2 hours? Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. Take all the time you need to shower. All the time you need. At this point, I want to get rid of clocks. I don't even want to look at scriptures no more. A lot of us have already got enough. How many more scriptures do you need? How more of the Bible do you need to know? How much do you need to look at the Bible? Have you looked at it enough? Isn't it time to just go by intuition? You don't need an alarm clock with the time. You need an alarm just to get you up. And you need to know, first of all, show up to work 30 minutes early and you won't even need your clock all like that. How about that? Unless you work in a 9-to-5 job, what is the point of even looking at a clock? Unless you gotta be somewhere that says you gotta be there at that time. Stop looking at the clock, y'all. I am so over it. I really think that there's some low vibrationist energy to almost everything, even the clock. Even the clock. Okay? When you get on these live videos, you don't stop because you say, oh, the time. You stop when you feel like you're dried up. It's all out of you. There's nothing left. Your cup is almost empty. That's when you stop. That's when you stop talking on these live videos. Go by how you feel. Take a 15-minute break. Tell everybody we on intermission, then talk some more. It's time to look at numbers only when we got to. Okay? Today is a day of leaps of faith, going on faith, leaping into things and taking a risk and just saying I'm betting on what I can do. You know, I don't need all this calculation. Now it is practical to say, well, I got a template. But do you need to know how much you did? No, you don't need to know how much you did. So you got the template for what you created. You don't need to know like how much you did. You know what's wild? If people started exaggerating the wealth of little things, a lot more people would be really gifted. Everybody would be gifted if everybody made a big deal out of the smallest little step. But we are too busy knowing what other people got and how fast other people are going. So this is why we don't see one tiny little step even beneficial. And that is very sad. That is very sad. I got into it with someone on Substack and I said, nobody has to write 2,000 words, and they got triggered. I said, I don't write 2,000 words and yet my work is great. I might only write 200 words. I never know how many words I write. I don't check it and I don't care. I've written many poems that are very good, published, celebrated, liked, loved, bought, read by many people. I never knew how many words I was writing. I never knew what the clock said. I just wrote. The bell goes off based upon how you feel. Based upon how you feel. You stop according to how you feel. How much you did, how much you got done, how good you did is none of your business until you go back to it. Until you go back to it, the quality of it is none of your business. Until it's time to go back to it. To learn from it. You go back to it to learn from it. And to improve it. Until it's time to do that, it's none of your business. That includes your YouTube videos. That includes your relationships. That includes you. You are none of your business until it's time to go back to you and work on it. And work on some part of you. It's none of your business till then. You get up, you take care of yourself, spend those 2 hours taking care of yourself. And then after that, you're none of your business after that. Only business is what you create and what you bring in and serving at that point. What attitude you bringing out in these streets. That's it. You already did your hair. You already did your body. You already did that. You're done with it. You're done. No thinking about it. No going back to the mirrors later on. There's people that literally will not stop micromanaging their own self-care through their day. There's people addicted to that. I had a friend in high school constantly. And guess what? She was nowhere near ahead in talent as we were. She never had no solo acts. She never got no awards or nothing. Because she didn't know how to leave well enough alone. That it's time to move on to something else. Okay? Until you are looking the way you want to look, make you none of nobody's business. Say, I'm not your business until I look the way I can accept the way I look. And until then, I'll see you when I see you. Unless I got a nice scarf on, okay, unless I'm doing a YouTube video and doing what I'm doing right now here, I don't even want to see nobody. until I'm through. Until I'm through with me. I don't want to see nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. Okay? Because I'm on here helping y'all and letting y'all watch my process, that's the only reason why I'm showing up like this. But other than this, no. Y'all. And I'm sitting here right now. This is my skin time. This is my skin time. So I try to do my skin and then go on to the next. Next will be my hair. The next will be this is the way I do it all. But taking leaps, taking care of yourself. Make a plan, a self-care plan today. Otherwise, you're going to let yourself be in that homeless energy. It's going to be easy to be in because of all the emotional energy coming through. All the emotional energy coming through from people. People are releasing and leaping and releasing and all of that. All that energy is going to make you heavy and stagnant. So your self-care needs to be no different. Let me tell you, self-care needs to be treated like you paying rent. Like, yo, self-care need to be like, let me go pay my rent. Because self-care do attract rent money. It attracts rent money. It do, y'all. Y'all, I've been cutting up in these videos lately. It do. Self-care gets the creator's attention. Self-care make the angels be like, who you? They do this, who you in here? Who you? For real. For real. You know, people that don't want to go nowhere with you, they don't care about your self-care. They want you to sit in the house and rot and be bitter. Nah. That's the number one sign that somebody don't really care about you. They don't want to go nowhere with you. They don't want to go nowhere. They don't want you on vacations. They don't want to go on vacation. No, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. Because even a 90-year-old want to go on vacation. Don't get it twisted. There's 90-year-old women in nursing homes. It's like, what vacation are you talking about? You know, they even go on trips. 90-year-old people go on trips and vacations. Guess what? There's 90-year-old people in a retirement home doing more than you. Yeah, they're doing more than you. They're wearing one bag of nice clothes and going to all these trips. They got one closet full of nice clothes, one bag full of nice clothes, and they're going on monthly trips. They're going to the flower garden, Phipps Conservatory. They're going to the ice cream social club somewhere. 90-year-old people are living their best life more than us. And some of them are broken and been broken down from the slavery time of the 1950s and stuff. Some of them are up in there, twisted feet and everything. Look, what is your excuse? What is your excuse? Because a 90-year-old person in a retirement home will say, hogwash. I'm going someplace with twisted feet. I'm in here walking on a cane. I'm rolling with dentures in my mouth. I got spinal stenosis, osteo. I done got multiple surgeries for cancer. I got spinal meningitis. I got everything and more than what you got, and I'm still going out and living my life. When I was an activity director, y'all, man, them elderly people was running out of here. Soon as I would say, yeah, we going to the ballet, they would say, put me down. They couldn't stand to be indoors unless it was a fun activity. Do y'all know that elderly people in a nursing home got activities every hour? While some of y'all doing the same thing, watching TV and doing apps. TV, videos, TV, videos, TV, videos. While elderly people are going to painting class, They're going to trivia pursuit. They're going to life advice, life society, social club. They're even going to Tai Chi class. Yeah, they're going to their garden class, arts and craft class. I know because I was the assistant director. I was the one that was getting them to the activities, doing a lot of the activities with them. They even make their dinner sometime an activity. They got Dagwood Day. Some of y'all don't know what Dagwood Day is, huh? Dagwood Day is when you get, if you're a meat eater, you get a variety of different meats and a variety of different breads and all these toppings, and you fill up a long table with it, and you just get to make the sandwich of your dreams. We might think that's corny, but a lot of y'all don't get to do that. Y'all don't get to have multiple options of different breads and multiple options of different meats, and you see all this beautiful food, and you get to and make your drink, and then you get to have all these different entertainment you can choose while you eating your dream sandwich. Y'all, I don't know why a dream sandwich sounds vulgar. It sounds a little vulgar, but hey, you know, food can be vulgar, but anyway, as I was saying, dream sandwich. Um, some of y'all don't even make dinner a fun activity. Have some fun today, even though it's going to feel like you just want to work. First of all, if the work don't seem fun, you probably shouldn't be doing it today. Today is fun work. That's what today is, fun work. Put in some job applications for a fun job. If you're going after a job, you need to ask yourself, am I going to be happy doing this? Because you may very well be stuck in that job for the rest of this year. Opportunities are thinning now. They're thinning. So, go get you a fun job. If you're an outdoor person, always go after an outdoor job. Why go after an indoor job? If you like, I can't stand being in the house, then be somebody working outside. Go get you a job where you're running groceries to people's cars. At least that's getting some fresh air. If you say you like to be on the road a lot or whatever, like to drive a lot, that's what you like to do, be somebody's personal delivery person on wheels. Is what you enjoy. I think that people need to realize you never shop for a job unless you have made an enjoyment list. Don't just go on here putting in applications. Yeah, they paying $16 an hour. Yeah, okay. What does that matter if you're just beat down every damn day? Who wants to be beat up every day? No. That $16 an hour is going to feel like $5 an hour when you're getting beat up every day. There's people that was making $800,000 and left because they was getting beat up all day long. There was no fun to the job. There's people that said, how did you survive that job so young working as an assistant director of activities? I told them, I always made it fun. I did things my way to make it fun. I didn't do things like the director did it. And I ended up leaving only because the director started telling me to do it the way she did. She did it like it was just a job. I did it like it was fun. And at this point, y'all, I know people say, well, it's not practical to just look for a job that's fun. Yes, it is, because at least it's paying. If it's paying you, that's practical. Okay. Hi, everybody. People are saying it's not practical to be without a job. It's not practical to have a job and be in your job, and one of your other jobs is to be beat up every day. How is that practical? Y'all think it was practical for our ancestors to sit up there as slaves and only making breadcrumbs and getting beat up and raped every day? No, there was nothing practical about that. It's not practical to sacrifice your health, literally your life force, your mental health for some money. Nothing is practical about that. We see how that turns out with celebrities. We see what happens to celebrities when they do that, right? You hear that they're on drugs or hooked on alcohol, they're in an institution somewhere. They ain't putting out no more music, they're not doing no more movies. They doing toxic stuff. They didn't wasted all their money. They're in they owe money to loan sharks and stuff for their addictions. You see that, like, what is the point? Like, if you're going to work a job that you don't like, that's not fun, that you can't have fun on, what'll end up happening is you'll be manifesting that hellish energy, and it'll be a constant battle. Hell against heaven, heaven against hell, hell against heaven. The only heaven you will have is that you're cashing the check. But once that check is spent, you right back in hell. You right back in hell. I don't want to cash a work check and have to go to hell to get it again. I should be able to go to heaven to get my check. This is real talk. Real talk, y'all. For real. Aren't y'all tired of having to fight through the gates of hell just for a check that's literally vanishing before your eyes as soon as you get it? At least I want to be able to say, yeah, well, at least I enjoy my job. At least I enjoy my job. Yeah, people can say what they want, that I'm doing a stupid job and I'm making average money, but at least I'm going home with a smile on my face. At least I'm going to work with a smile on my face. For real, y'all. Happiness has nothing to do with getting money. It doesn't, y'all. There's some people who don't make their own money. They never make their own money. And they sitting around happier than you because they got more peace. They just got more peace. They living with somebody who's peaceful. Maybe they're just the person that cook and clean, but the person they living with is peaceful. So they're happier than you. There's people living with someone right now who's paying all the bills, and all they're doing is cooking and cleaning and taking care of the person, but the person is so good to them, and the person is bringing them peace, so they don't mind. Yeah. I got permanent burnout. I got permanent burnout working for somebody who didn't care about my peace. Constantly, every time I would be happy, this person would kick it out of me, beat it out of me. I literally got a sorry about that, y'all. My video cut off. I literally got a download. There was a synchronicity. And one of the downloads was about choosing a job that you enjoy, that's fun. And there's a quote by Steve Jobs. Some of y'all may not know who Steve Jobs is. So some of y'all may want to look up the quotes of Steve Jobs and some of the quotes by the men. Older men. Okay. I think Stephen Pressfield talked about this, about the importance of picking a job that you enjoy. Okay. I think that, hold on, y'all. Let me get this up. I think that picking jobs that you don't enjoy, but you are doing them for money, it's like a passive way of selling your soul. Because the creator said no. The creator said no. But just because you can still get hired in it, don't mean you could just override the creator and be like, so what, creator? I'm still going to do it. That the creator do not want you beat up, battered, and bruised. Like, if you believe in the creator, if you believe in God, you should not be choosing to give your energy and emotional blessings to something that beats you up. And you will know when you're being beat up because you will always feel shortchanged in a major way, whether it's self respect, whether they don't respect you. You tell them what your needs are and they don't care. If you tell your employers you need a day off and they don't care, that job wasn't sent by the creator. It wasn't. If you tell your partner that you need an adventurous life with them and they don't care, they're not for you anymore. Their season has passed. Stop giving people past the second chances. No, no, no more second chances. This is how you waste your life. You say, I got second chances. Because when you feel young and you feel good, you think you can give people all the chances you want. When you're under 30, you think you can just keep giving chances. No, you can't. At the first sign of rejection, just get away. Go. Literally go. And that includes if you're doing YouTube and you know that you did a video at a time and you're not getting no views, just go ahead, click it off, and show up when you can get your bag. Be like, peace, y'all. My views ain't coming through. Bye. No second chance. When you try to push through and keep doing it, even though you know it's not serving you, you pay. You pay. And you're going to wake up one day, days later, and be like, why am I sick? Okay? Your horse wasn't fed well. You didn't give your horse no apples, no fruit. And you're expecting your horse to be able to go on? No. People, this world's supposed to take care of you too. Supposed to care about your personal needs. Employers are supposed to care about that too. Because you're making sure they get their personal needs met and then some, and extra. If your boss don't even care if you sleep, you shouldn't even like them. If you be like, I'm tired, I got burnout, I need a couple days off, and they don't care, mm-mm, mm-mm. And here's something else I got today. This subject I want to talk about is being careful of people breadcrumbing you for something they know is worth more money because they want to go off and get money from it. I don't know where this download came from, but there's a such thing as buyers scamming. Buyers can scam too. You know that, right? Buyers can buy from you when your work is at a discount and then have every intention on going out here and making more money off your work without giving you any credit. Be careful who you trust. And some people may try to get in a relationship with you this year after they have been watching you and familiar with your power because they want to know what you know. It's almost like they're spiritual prostituting with you. Y'all, I can't believe that just came out my mouth. Spiritual prostitution. Don't, don't be fooled. There's prostitution for everything. There's spiritual destiny prostitution where people will literally tell you they love you, want to be with you, but they tricking with you to get your destiny powers. That's what they're doing. They're willing to be with you just to get it, even though they don't really want you. You just to be somebody to be with for the season, so they can figure out how to do what you're doing. People will spiritually trick with people, to be taught some things. They want you to let your guard down and you start teaching them for free. And then suddenly they show that they're competing with you or they're trying to one up you, and then they ghost you. And in October or November, they ghost you. And then they go on off and use you to get money through winter. Some of y'all gonna have somebody ghost you. They're gonna ghost you after using you. Mark my words. I got this as a download, and then it was coming through YouTube, and then I checked the oracles, and there it was. Okay. Some people are like, you're either gonna be in my life for me, and I don't care what you want, or I'm out. That's the energy that some people are in. And you're gonna find if you keep on just giving the people all because y'all got history, or all because they've been supporting you some other way, so now you a slave to them. If you keep doing that, y'all gonna find that y'all don't some of y'all ain't gonna have that breakthrough this fall. Y'all not gonna have it. Okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna procrastinate. If you have a project that you even think will bring you money, get it out this week. Okay? I just got the number 2 and 3. Okay, could be by tomorrow or the next day. 2 and 3 for some of y'all. Okay? If you say and don't be using this to be like, yeah, now I know how to put something out of somebody else's. Don't be in that energy, because I picked up that somebody in that energy. Well, I'm using you also to find out how to get money off of you. No, y'all, don't be sneaky. I'm sensing sneaky energy, using other people's resources. Okay? If you got some water energy in your chart with Lilith in your chart, don't be sitting up there being sneaky, using other people's resources and not saying nothing. Don't be sitting up there hiding with resources you using while eating up other people's. Don't do that, y'all. Be careful. Be careful of your Lilith and water in your chart. If you're into charts, okay? Be careful of that, and be careful of that. Your Lilith in Earth energy, not being independent. Just want to sit up there and do tricks with your body and all of that to get what you want. Nah, don't do that, y'all. Stay independent. Guess what? Tricking people out of stuff ain't independence. That's a coward. And whatever reward you get, you're getting from the devil. Y'all know when I go hard talking about a subject, is because I didn't got too many synchronicities of it. That wicked energy I'm sensing here. Like, I'm gonna just use other people's resources. I'm gonna find me a female, a powerful female, and I'm gonna just use her up. I'm gonna use her for emotional love, for spiritual stuff, and then I'm gonna go on out here. And once I get my healing from this woman, I'm gonna go out here and go to somebody else. Y'all better stop healing people that already told you they don't want you. This is directed to women and people who got a spiritual destiny. I know some of y'all think you got a spiritual destiny. Everybody don't got a spiritual destiny, like a direct spiritual destiny. Like an absolute spiritual destiny. Not everybody got that. But if you think you got a spiritual destiny and you're pretty sure of it, you're supposed to be helping people get through with transformations. People have breakthroughs. And you can count on God to give you the intuition. You ain't got to run to other people's stuff all the time. Don't be so quick to heal somebody who don't want you. If you know that you're very intuitively powerful, like I am, don't be so quick to heal people and lift people's spirits up who have made it clear they don't want you, and they have disrespected you before, and they don't share with you. They don't care about your situation. Do not heal them. Let people work to get healing. Let them show you love, attention, respect, and care about your needs before you rush into heal. Because your healing is really important right now. Very important. Do some disappearing acts. I started the video series days ago. Disappear, 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 disappear to get your healing in. And only reappear when somebody has showed you that they want your healing, that both of y'all need to heal. If you tell somebody this relationship gonna heal, we need to live our best life. We need to do stuff. They don't want to do stuff. They don't want to heal with you. Then they got to go somewhere else to get healed. Period. 18, 18 on the clock. I keep seeing that 18. Yes, yes. Work. The number 8 is significant. The number 8 is significant. Some of y'all may feel like you want to work under somebody, but you're not supposed to work under somebody. You might learn in a group, but some of y'all are supposed to be the boss of your own business. You got to make the decisions for your own life. You can't let anybody else run your life. If you're watching this video and you felt like you had to watch this video, you are not chosen to have other people run your life. Now, some people, they cannot run their own life. They can. Their life, in this life, they need people above them to tell them what to do. But if you have been very drawn to watch this video, you do not need people to tell you what to do. If you are trying to learn something, you can learn it on your own. You'll probably be really good learning it by yourself. As long as you got the resource. Do something artsy, do something creative today. You know, test the waters a little bit, but not out here, not out here with some trifling stuff. But test the waters a little bit. Like, let me try this out, see what happens when I try that out. Try this out. Not for a very long time, just see what happens. But it's time to close something out. Close it out. Close out some sort of emotion that you don't even need no more. Fear. Close that out. Close out wasteful entertainment. Close it out. Close out just wanting free stuff all the time. Like, I know y'all say, well, you know, the universe takes care of me, but God still is waiting for you to put your bets on it. Okay? When you bet on something, you're saying that you're taking a risk. Trying to wait for it to just show up on YouTube, being cheap. You being cheap. Okay? You being cheap. Don't be cheap. Don't be worse. If you worse than Scrooge, you ain't gonna get it. I'm telling you right now. Okay? Share the load. And if there's somebody who's been loving you, you got to take care of them right now. Somebody that cares about you. Especially your pets. Play some games with your pets. Do something fun with your pets. Give them some extra treats. Take care of your friends. You got a good friend. You got somebody that's been looking out for you. Send them a random blessing. Send them something like random in their email. Go to your email and see who's been coming through. Or in your chat. Say, I was thinking about you. Here you go. Here you go. If you got family members that have come through for you, say, here you go. Now, guess what? You ain't got to be with your family members what they want you to be. You don't got to have the kind of relationship they want you to have with them. That's something that I learned. Like, I can help my family members, but that don't mean I got to be totally unguarded and super close. I know if they're toxic, I can't. If they're in too low vibration, I can't be super close, but maybe I can still help pull some of the weight, share the load. Maybe do some housework for somebody. But you don't have to entertain their toxicity. As soon as you feel like they're an anchor on you, leave. But make sure that you did some work so they can't say you're using them. Hi, everybody. We got 20 people in the chat. Let's look at the time. Y'all better start getting in this energy too. Being mindful. Only time I look at the time is when it's about business. See, we about business right now. So it's an hour and 40 minutes into this chat, and there's 20 people in the chat. See, you gotta manage your life. I don't know what's happening, y'all. I'm gonna get my watch on. Okay, it's 8:35 on the clock. For some of y'all who are trying to figure out what time you can do live streams and do things on YouTube, it's 8:35 a.m. on the clock. Okay? The numbers started going up over the last 30 minutes. So 8 o'clock, I think at 7:30 they were. So between 7:30 and 9:30 a.m., I guess some of y'all can do some live streaming and see how everything goes, you know. But as I was saying, also I did get a workout in. I don't know if some of y'all dance, if you feel like dancing is good, go out and do, maybe if you're in a TikTok, do some karate. I did learn some self-defense. I don't know what that's about. Y'all. Maybe some of y'all is going to have to fight for something. The beautiful thing about learning how to fight is that type of mindset transfers over to all areas of your life. Like when I took karate, y'all, when I was taking karate lessons, not karate, boxing. Next thing you know, I was bold. I got real bold on this channel. I was getting bold in all areas of my life. 18 on the clock again, y'all. Wow. I'm about to look up that number. How many times we gonna see 18? Let's go to the 18th page, since it is feminine energy right now. Let's see what's going on with 18. Okay, number 18. All right, so activist, that's a synchronicity. So I'm going to read some quotes before I close out the video. My address is like my shoes. It travels with me. I abide where there is a fight against wrong. That's by Mother Jones. I cannot say to a person who suffers injustice, wait, perhaps you can, I can't. And having decided that I cannot urge caution, I must stand with him. So basically, somebody getting justice, maybe somebody attacked your money or your business, justice is getting served, y'all. Some of y'all may be getting a promotion, or if somebody owe you some money, that money coming. Y'all. Because I see justice here. We went to page 18. We're going to look at 19 too. Some of y'all fighting in a difficult situation. Y'all in a fight. All right. It says, people are more comfortable in submitting to a bland enslavement than to work for liberation. So I just got Martin Luther King and Maya Angelou. Some of y'all got to work towards liberation. Okay. Organize, agitate, educate must be our war cry. So let's get to page 19. Page 19. What we have is because someone stood up before. What our seventh generation will have is the consequences of our actions today. Wow. So be careful of your actions today, y'all. You're determining what the future, our future children will have. Divide and conquer is what they try to do to any group, trying to make social change. Okay, we are all supposed to compete with each other for the favors of the ruling class. That's what society wants us to do. So, no competing, y'all. I said yesterday, mind your business. I did a video yesterday, y'all. I said, what did I say? I said, there's side hustle jealousy. And what happened? A video showed up in my newsfeed today of somebody with a side hustle attacking another person with a side hustle. All because the dude said he felt like his subs wasn't appreciating him. And it's like, now they're attacking this dude. Y'all. See? Black men are going attacking black men now up on YouTube. Women attacking women. This group attacking this group. This has to stop. Y'all stay away for that. Stay away for that type of social world online. Don't even look at the videos. When y'all see that stuff come up, be like, nope, no. If y'all see people putting up videos where they're a talking head in the corner of the video and they hating on somebody, be like, scroll right on up. Like, nope, not looking at it. Stop giving people views that's attacking each other's businesses. Unless somebody is exposing some real crookedness, no. Mm-mm. Okay. So often we think we have to make a difference and be a big dog. Let us try to be little fleas biting. Enough fleas biting strategically can make a very big dog very uncomfortable. So we're all like, we're tired of these toxic employers. We don't have to do all the work. We all need to pitch in. We all need to keep speaking against them. Okay? We all need to put a video up every month that's like this, keep on talking about this raggedy system. Keep on coming at it. You know, put tension on them. Send the energy back to these toxic lawmakers. Stop staying quiet. Stop staying quiet while you and many other people are being treated like dirt by this society. Okay. Look what's on the next page. Did I not say that, y'all? Come on now, y'all. Don't be quick to go out there. Just be careful. Age is here. So let's look at the numbers in here. Number 19 is finally here. Number 19. We're going to look up 19. We're going to go to Oprah's book because it is feminine energy right now. It's feminine energy. So we're going to look here, but feminine energy that likes to help people with breakthroughs. So we're going to look at Oprah. So even if you're not for Oprah, there's other people in this book. There's a bunch of people talking in this book. So don't click off because it say Oprah on the front. Okay. So let's go to page 19. Wow, somebody need to see number 29. Number 29 is here. Since there's 19 likes in here, we're going to go to page 19. Okay. Dr. Shafali Tisabari. Whether we like to recognize it or not, even the most unconscious person, against their greatest will, is on a process to evolve. Life gives us opportunity after opportunity to ask, Is this my truest self? Or am I living the inauthentic self? Becoming conscious means to recognize when that moment arrives, and it's coming, and it's coming, and it's coming. So on page 19, it talks about asking yourself whether you are living authentic, or are you just being a people pleaser? Are you being fake? Are you becoming the person that you really want to become? Okay? Are you becoming your truest self? Or are you just being what everybody say you should be? This means, are you doing work and doing jobs and creating only what people say you should create? Or are you actually creating what you want to create? Are you learning how to do things your way? Be the way you want to be. So, I'm going to take a major leap this week that is going to be totally out of character, but it's kind of like going to be, um, it's either I might actually do it today or I might actually do it later this week. I might. Okay. Sometimes you got to do something different to, get what you want. And what you needed to do was what you should have always done. So just, think about what I said what I just said. Sometimes you just need to do something different and just be like, okay, this was me the whole time. I just couldn't see it. It's like trying on an outfit. You say, I tried on this outfit. Oh, now I see this outfit looks good on me. How many times have y'all picked out an outfit and said, eh? But then your friend said, no, try it on. And then once you tried it on, you said, this is for me. That was you taking a risk. And you'll never know unless you try. That's the thing. You'll never know until you try. And you'll just keep on thinking and thinking, but then you'll never know for sure. You'll never get the physical evidence. So I feel like I want to try something new with myself. But I do want to complete projects that I've been sitting on for the past year. But I know I want to be more into the character that is in my mind. Okay. And you know what? If you're not sure who you are inside, who do you admire? Like that's the realest talk. Like who do you just be like really like amazed by? A lot about them is actually you. If you just went to research, you'd be like, yeah, there's some things they're doing. There's some things about them that is actually me. I just couldn't see it before. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's getting up into, let's see what time it is, y'all. Let's see what time it is. I've been talking for a while. So we got 20 people in here. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more since we got 18 people in here. I know people are like, oh, I just got in here. Miss B, don't leave. I just came. Okay, Roots is a synchronicity, y'all. Roots. Mercury, too. Yeah. Little big things come in small packages right now. Some of y'all may end up finding a divine male that's younger than you. Big things come in small packages. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Some of y'all may be older, but dating somebody younger, or somebody younger wants you. Okay? Or some of y'all got somebody that's somebody's realizing they invested in the wrong person. Why do I keep getting that? Well, If y'all want to forgive, y'all going to forgive. Some of y'all might got a father figure on the other side helping you as well. You might want to, spend some time thinking about father figures in your life or a childhood friend. Might want to think about that. Um, Today I started thinking about why I stopped playing the French horn. Now I know some of y'all are like, Miss V, I don't believe you played the French horn. Let me go get my French horn for people who don't believe it. And I was really, really good at it. Really good at it. So I decided to start playing my French horn again, y'all. But this time I'm going to play what I want to play. See, I found out that when you choose what you do when you're learning something, the quicker you will learn it, the faster you will get good at it. If you play music that you don't enjoy, then you're not going to get good at playing the instrument. It's the same thing with any art. So let me get my French horn, y'all, so y'all can see it. Here's my French horn. Here's my French horn, y'all. This is actually my very first French horn. My very first. Okay? My very first one. So, it came back to me. I take it as a synchronicity. It's a long story on how I got this horn back. It's a long story. But I plan to do some playing here. But I'm going to play some fun songs. I think I'm going to play some songs for kids first. And then I'll get into. I noticed when I stopped playing the French horn, my lungs started to struggle. Okay? Look how old the mouthpiece is. Look how old it is, y'all. This French horn is an antique now. This was my first horn, and I played on this horn well over 25 years ago. It's an antique. I don't even think I want to play it because it's so much of an antique. I'm scared I don't want to damage it. It's my French horn, y'all. It's been a while. Yeah, this is my first horn. It doesn't even have the B trigger on it. This is my very first horn. I'm going to have to get another one. Y'all. Okay, I already cleaned the mouthpiece out. I was playing it the other day. But it's been a little bit of a minute. I'm going to do some scales. That's all I'm doing. I ain't even thinking about no songs for the next week or so. I'm just going to do scales to restart my memory. Some of y'all may not know. I graduated from Kappa as a French hornist. So, let's see here. I really don't want to. This mouthpiece is an antique. It's been a long time, y'all. I don't even know what I could do. Not easy, y'all. I feel like I'm going to be too loud in this house, and my neighbors, I got old people living near me. Oh, this is out of tune. This is horribly out of tune. Horribly, y'all. Horribly. Yeah. This French horn didn't seen his days. See, this is out of tune, y'all. The higher note went totally out of tune. The pipes can't handle the high notes anymore. They can't handle it. Y'all. Look, the high notes couldn't. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The horn couldn't handle it. The horn couldn't handle it, y'all. I need a new horn. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This second key is trash. Listen to that. Look. Look how weak it sounds. It's not tight. This needs adjusted and everything, y'all. It's loose as heck. These are loose. I beat this horn up, y'all. Look, that note right there is trash. Trash. One of these pipes. Is this one. This one's trash too. It's this one and this one. Trash. Yeah. Trash. I tried to do my scales and the pipes are so bad that it sound like it sound. I played this horn for 15 years, y'all. Y'all know how many festivals and events I did? I played with the symphony orchestra as an assistant to the leading horn. I played with many orchestra. This was my main instrument. Some of y'all don't know me before new YouTube. Everybody that knows me off YouTube knows that I had became a master French hornist. The problem is this horn is so out of tune and so old that the sound, the notes is flat. Some of the notes ain't even coming through. Like when I played that note, not coming through. When I tried to play the high C, high D, not coming through, y'all. It's trash. So what I'm doing is refreshing my memory, my muscle memory. So I'm just doing scales. That's it, scales. But I can't do it on this horn. It's trash, y'all. This is a 30-year-old. Look, it's a 30-year-old horn. I played this horn back when I was 10 years old. You know, I could literally sell this horn, like auction this horn. It's an antique. Shouldn't even be playing it. Look at the mouthpiece. I'm gonna buy another French horn. I was shopping online looking for one. Okay. Somebody said, "Lordy mercy, Miss V done got the horn out." I love my horns, y'all. It's in my destiny. I didn't know. I didn't know that playing the French horn was a part of my destiny. I didn't know. And I said, I thought I was like, why even go to college for it? I don't see any African American women playing the French horn. Little did I know that it was, important for me to do. See, did y'all hear it? It's messed up. That key right there. This key and this key is trash. See? Soon as I get to the high notes, these keys is like, nah, I'm good. These pipes is like, nah, I'm good. I go C, D, E, F, G. And it's like, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah. I can smell the antiquish. It smells really old, so y'all. It smells like old brass. You can smell it. Like old furniture. Y'all. All right, I'm gonna buy another French horn. I ain't even gonna start playing again with this one. Nah. I'll just keep it as a memory or something. Some of y'all like, I thought I knew Miss V. No. Remember the YouTubers, we got lives. We got journeys we've been on, personal lives. This is a big part of my life. I put years into the French horn. I wish I never stopped playing, y'all. But one of the reasons why I stopped playing, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, is because at the time, y'all, I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to afford it at the time. You know, I knew I needed a new French horn, and I knew I just couldn't afford it. There's a lot of young people back in the '90s who had to give up their dreams because they couldn't afford it. Everybody's glamorizing the '90s, but back in the '90s, in order to pursue your dreams, you had to have money, and there was no YouTube to get fast cash to get money. So I had to choose between paying my bills, paying the rent, between buying a $3,000 French horns. Back in them days, it was like $3,000 to get a French horn. Didn't nobody have that money? I didn't have $3,000 and I'm only 18 years old and I had nobody to buy me a horn that actually worked. Now that I remember, that horn was trash. That's why I actually was like, what's the point? It just started to fail on me. And then the other horn that I had, I donated because I felt bad. It was a young person who was learning to play the French horn for the first time. And they said they didn't have a horn. So I gave them my other horn, thinking that I would make enough money when I left high school to get me a horn. And I ended up having to pay bills for other people. Life. People ask why people gave up on their dreams, why they stopped when they were really good. Sometimes life happens, y'all. Why some people who don't have a baby. Life. My French horn was one of those things that I stopped doing because life happened. I had, to choose between my taking care of family members, and taking care of my baby, and taking care of myself. I had a miscarriage right when I was going to go to college to play the French horn. I lost my baby, my son, at 7 months pregnant. I was playing the French horn when I was 7 months pregnant, and I had a miscarriage. Life happens. I said, I don't. It was all out of me, y'all. I didn't have the money. But I've been missing it. I really have been missing playing my horn, y'all. So I'm gonna buy me another French horn. I'm gonna look into today and see if I can find one maybe on eBay and all. The thing about French horn, it really teaches you. It's so healthy for you. It's an instrument that demands energy and air, and it has a very strong healing way to it. It's very healing. You know, I find that a lot of people that's been through emotional trauma will play the French horn. They often choose the French horn, because it's powerful but beautiful, but also it's a transposing instrument. Some of y'all may not know that a French horn is a transposing instrument. Okay, it can play in both keys. You can play it in both keys, treble and bass clef. It's like a piano. So what's nice about the French horn is that you could play the piano. You could play your French horn while somebody's playing the piano and while somebody's singing, and it'll sound nice. The only thing about French horn I don't like is that they don't hire many French horn players. It's a very hard market to break into. They don't have many in orchestras, and they don't even hire many in bands. So it's often you don't even learn that until after you've done the French horn for a long time. They don't even tell students that it's very competitive. If you're going after a French horn job, you're competing with a whole lot of French horn players, and there's like one or two jobs open for it. You know, um, it's not easy to get a job in. It's not many jobs in it available. And then um, I find that playing a French horn in an orchestra is really boring. I'm just keeping it real. Now, it's fun playing in a brass ensemble, but once again, brass ensembles, they act like gangs. Like, you gotta be cool with somebody to get in. You gotta be cool with somebody to get in a brass ensemble. You could be really good and still they won't let you in because you ain't cool with everybody. It's toxic. Or the manager of the brass ensemble didn't choose you. Now, I was lucky. I was in the master brass ensemble in Kappa in my last year. I climbed rank. I fought my way to get in. I fought my way to get in. But yeah. So there's no fun playing a French horn in an orchestra. So don't even pursue it. Don't pursue it for orchestra. If you're going to pursue the French horn, you pursue it to be in a brass ensemble. Say, I'm going to be in a brass ensemble, or I'm going to actually, you know, be an entertainer. I'm going to do weddings because the French horn can be played at a wedding. It can work like a piano. The same songs that you hear people playing at weddings, French horns can play. All right. But you know what I'm saying? They don't hire, I'm just keeping it real. They don't hire too many black French horn players in big orchestras. That's why you don't see them. It's a lot of racism when it comes to picking people for orchestras. It's a lot of racism behind that. Hi, everybody. When somebody say, hi, Sir Luck. Somebody said, what up, Doe? Da, 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 da. Soon as I get my new French horn, y'all, I'm gonna get up on YouTube and I'm gonna start playing all kind of songs. Y'all gonna hear me playing. What's up? I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna be like this with my French horn. I'm gonna be up on YouTube kicking it. I gotta get me a new horn though, y'all. I gotta get me a new horn. Yeah. The French horn taught me how to the French horn is it's a gateway instrument. If you want to be deep and brooding, if you want to open yourself up creatively, learn the French horn. It boosts creative power. It boosts it. I remember suddenly able to write songs after playing the horn for a few years. The French horn is actually like Scorpio energy. It's the big animals, the big sea creatures down in the sea, y'all. It's down there with the whales and all of that, y'all. And we know how powerful the whales are. So if you feel like you need to get through some obstacles, energetically or spiritually, the French horn will get you through. I used to go all day without eating and not even notice because I was just playing my horn. I didn't even know I was fasting. I would literally eat lunch. I would eat breakfast and not even eat all day because the French horn was healing that much. And my mom used to say, come in here and eat. Put that horn down and come in here and eat. And she used to have to make me eat because I'd be in there like all evening, like. The funny thing is, my sister called me a week ago. She was like, I miss your French horn. I miss hearing you play the French horn. She said, she said, I love the way it used to make you feel. I enjoyed your French horn. I really did. I was getting quite popular with my horn. You know, people were like, I used to get standing ovations and stuff. I'm gonna play. There was a solo piece I did as a solo French hornist. Um, I think it was Sonata number 2, or it was Sonata number 11 or something. The name of it, but it was my last performance at Kappa in my senior year, and I did it as a solo piece. And everybody, I got a standing ovation. My teacher literally jumped on the stage. the brass ensemble, the brass ensemble director literally ran up the stage like this, y'all. He was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." And he gave me a big kiss on the cheek. He was like, I am so proud of you. I am so proud. It was a song that was not for the weak, okay? The solo piece I had was for master level. And he said, do you think you can do it? Do you think you could do it? I was like, I could do it. And I practiced for like a week straight, like y'all, like 2-3 hours. I was getting it. And it was such a beautiful piece, but I had all the master. It was nice because all the other brass people that was playing, they were masters. So all the elite brass people from Kappa, they were all playing behind me. It was like being in an Aaliyah video. Y'all know Aaliyah went to Kappa too. Well, she went to a performing arts school like me. But it was like being it was just mind blowing, okay? So all the elite master students that was brass, they was behind me playing, and I was in the front as the soloist. And I nailed it, y'all. I knew I nailed it. I stood up with my horn and bowed. I knew I nailed it. Everybody was standing up like ah! My the director ran up there. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" Almost brought him to tears. The song was so beautiful. It went something like, I'm gonna let y'all hear the song I played for my solo, my last performance at Kappa. It was it went something like da na 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 da na 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 da 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 da. It was so beautiful, y'all. I fell in love with the song. But, you know, it was just funny because I knew I nailed it. I forgot I was even playing in an auditorium. I was so caught up in playing the song that when I stood up and looked, that's when I realized I'm like, I got like 200 people watching me. Y'all, it was mind blowing when I finally realized I had like 200 people just like this. But I was like, phew, I did it. And then um, they gave away very special awards, and they only picked two people out of the instrumental department, and they gave me an award and another girl. It was actual an actual plaque. I have the plaque in my room. It's an actual plaque, and it said the most improved student of senior year. So they only picked two, most improved student of senior year, and they picked me and another girl. I was shocked when they said my name. I was like, did they say my name? I'm sitting with I'm sitting with all the really good, instrumentalists. I was really good too, but I'm sitting with them. We all sitting together, elites. And I didn't know they was gonna call my name. And they called my name, and I was in the middle of getting my hair done. My girlfriend was doing my hair on my lunch break, on lunch at school. So she hurried up and tucked my hair back, and I went up there and got the plaque or whatever, the plaque that was about this big with my name in it. And I went up and got the plaque or whatever, and I was just shocked. But yeah, somebody said, "Can you play a few notes?" This French horn is an antique, y'all. I can't be messing around with this. Okay, I can't be really. I can't. This is an antique. Look at it. This is my first horn. It doesn't even have the B flat key. It doesn't even have the other key here. Okay, this is for people who are just learning. Like you supposed to be like you never played the French horn in your life. That's what this one is for. Okay. But the mouthpiece is so old. Look at the mouthpiece, y'all. So I don't really want to mess too much with this one. It's just, it's very nostalgic. Very first time I played this horn, I was in middle school. The very first time I played this horn, I was in middle school. This very horn. And I'm going on 50. So can y'all imagine how old this horn is? Yeah. This horn is like 30 years old. 30 something years old. This horn. I shouldn't even be touching this horn. This horn need to be in a museum somewhere. But I should be in a museum. But I don't qualify. I don't look old enough, even though I am old. But anyway, somebody said play a note. You know what? Let me get some music up here. I want to get some music. Okay, y'all, I played a little bit. I put some power into it. Was that healing? Did that feel good? Did you feel the vibrations? Y'all, let me not get lazy. Okay, that one note was high. That's not an easy note to hit. Okay, that's like E, D up there. It's almost above the top line on the score sheet. That's not an easy note to hit. You gotta have strong embouchures. See this? This is called an embouchure. That's why I got firm. When you play an instrument for so many years, your face will get very firm. Okay, you'll get it. You'll be able to keep muscle in your face. You'll look younger. Playing instruments, brass instruments, keep you looking young in the face. Y'all. Okay, let's get it. Okay. Somebody said great jeans. I can't wait to play for y'all. I'm about to cry, y'all. Don't make fun of me. I'm gonna start crying. I'm starting to cry. That's how much it makes me feel. There's only something else that makes me cry when I do it, and that's writing poetry. That's how you know you're doing what God wants you to do. Is when you're doing it and afterwards you just cry, like Adele. You know Adele, she cries after she sings. When you just be like, it brings tear to your eyes. It's such an emotional connection, y'all. It's real. Yes, black women do play instruments. We do play instruments. I know people are shocked, like, what? Yes, there's plenty of black women playing trumpets, trombones. We don't all just play jazz. You know how we got a lot of jazz, not jazz, saxophones. We got a lot of black women playing saxophones, but some of us do play the horn. You just don't see it often, but we are here, y'all. We are out here. My uncle was a trumpet player. A lot of there's instrumentalists and poets, musicians and poets on my dad's side. So it is in my genes, y'all. I'm thinking about pulling up some music here on my laptop. I am going to be recording my um practices. So I'm kind of relearning, y'all, a lot of it. But it's all starting to come back to me. I noticed I started remembering some of the notes and how to place the sound. I started to remember, muscle memory as they call it. So yeah. So I'm gonna pick some songs out this week. I got me a French horn audiobook off Amazon and some French horn songs. I'm gonna pick like 2 songs to learn every 2 weeks until I get sick of doing them. And then I'm gonna pick 2 more songs. And then at least within 30 days, I'll have like 4 songs I can play for y'all. And then I'm gonna just keep doing scales, 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 scales like crazy in here just to get that muscle memory going again. And then by fall, most likely I'll be doing some famous songs, like Jurassic Park. Dun 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 dun. Y'all know Jurassic Park. I wish I had the score sheet up right now. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun. I need the score sheet, y'all, because I didn't memorize it. Dun dun. Okay. Yep. Don't trust nobody, y'all. I almost figured it out, didn't I, just now? I almost got that Jurassic Park song. Dun 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 dun. Hi, everybody. This is the only thing that sucks being a brass player. It jacks up your teeth. Look at that, y'all. See that? See that? That's from playing the French horn. Playing brass instruments, it jacks up your teeth, y'all. I'm telling you no lie. You better be like, you better have some money for your teeth. Because it will jack up your teeth. It'll jack up your teeth. You don't get nothing for free, you know. All right, y'all, I'm gonna head on down. Some of y'all like, oh, I was liking that horn. I'm gonna do a YouTube. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, Horn Healing. Y'all want to hear? Y'all want me to do the channel called Horn Healing? Come up on my channel, get healed by this horn. Horn Healing. Believe it or not, listening to classical music and brass instruments can heal you. You be wanting to cuss somebody out, and then you just hear a brass instrument like. You hear that and be like, woo, child. Some horn healing in you. Some of y'all be like, woo, Miss B, why you stop? Did you feel the vibrations? Did you feel the vibration? My feet started vibrating. I felt vibrations at my feet, y'all. You got to remember how to do your lips, y'all. It ain't easy all the time. Y'all. Okay. Y'all, this horn is so trashy. It is so trashy. It's too old for this. How y'all feeling? I'm remembering my scales. I'm remembering y'all. Da, 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 da. But see, these keys are not good. These pipes here are not doing good. So that's why when I hit the note, it's like not coming through. See? Muscle memory. Starting to come back. Starting to come back to me, y'all. Hi, everybody. So I'm just gonna do some scales, y'all. But this is bothering me with this one here. These two. Okay. All right. So I got the scales going up again. This here. So it's these ones I'm struggling with, and the pipes are trash at the same time. Hi everybody. Okay, let's do it again, y'all. Okay, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I can't take this out. You should be hit. Look, that sounds like that's about to fall off. Look. It's irritating me. I'm gonna have to either tighten this up, tighten the string up. But it does sound like, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Some of the wood needs to be replaced. It needs replacements. That needs replaced. See? It's taking too long to go in. It's supposed to hit that wood almost immediately. This one is taking a long time. It's going all the way through. Almost. Okay, bye everybody. I'll see y'all later. Bye.